Charlie Kirk is having maybe the roughest week of his time as an independent right-wing media host, where initially with Donald Trump clearly covering something up with the Epstein Files, he came out pretty hard against him, and then he got a call from Daddy Trump and immediately backtracked and like, I'm done with this for the time being. I'm just gonna trust my friends in the government. The government would never lie to us. I'm an anti-elitist. And then that didn't go over well, and so he immediately backtracked again. He's like, no, I meant I was done for that hour. I wanted to have lunch, and then I'd start talking about it again. Yeah, that's what you meant, buddy. So anyway, after all of that, I speculated, as I think a lot of people did, okay, well, if you're gonna talk about it, because you have to talk about it now, but you still don't want to anger Daddy Trump, how do you talk about it? What do you say? Well, he said a lot, okay, and if I could craft an image, I didn't see the video of him saying it, I just read it. I imagine that he was tied in 8 different knots while he was doing it, because he is so defensive towards Donald Trump while trying to posture oh yeah, no, I'm really hard against the sex traffickers. Trust me, don't stop buying my merch, please. And so we're gonna show you some clips. It's all a lot of fun. Let's jump into this.
And honestly, I'm gonna say this with all love and reverence for the administration. This does not even touch President Trump. Why is it that for a week and a half, we have had to go just cover this story without a press conference from the administration? We need Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel. Boom, 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 boom. What's happening is we're basically having to do the PR work of the administration, basically. And honestly, we're like, guys, it's been 10 days since you've leaked this thing on the holiday weekend, and you still have not done a straight to camera, straight to the sticks press conference. Here's what we looked for. Here's what actually existed. Here's why we reached the conclusion that we did. And so what they've done is basically people like myself and Benny Johnson and Steve Bannon and Jack Posobiec, we're out here, we're having to explain this all day long, kind of doing little crumbs, little here, little this, little that.
Oh, that's every word. I wish I could do an hour just going through the entire transcript because it's amazing stuff. So first of all, with all love and reverence, should you have love and reverence for a politician as you consider yourself to be an anti-elitist or whatever? And in particular, in this of all moments, hey everybody, so I know it seemed like, I was just bowing down to Donald Trump or whatever. No, I'm still cool, So keep watching me, I'm cool, but also Donald Trump is really scary and he's probably watching me right now. All love and reverence to the dear leader. Yeah, this is an independent mind. He cares first and foremost about justice and getting to the truth, definitely. As he describes the job he's doing as PR work. Is that the job your base wants you to do? PR work for Donald Trump? I kind of thought they wanted to get to the bottom of this Epstein thing, and they're really starting to suspect that Donald Trump is covering something up. So should you be presenting it as PR, or should you be asking tough questions? And if and when you do actually get around to asking a question, because in that video he did, could you have 1 or 2 of them not be for some reason rhetorical? When he says, why is it that after 10 days, we're still waiting and there's no press conference? Well, anyway, here are the pills I'm selling. No, backtrack a little bit. Would you care to maybe you could try to answer that. Why do you think, Charlie Kirk, that it's been 10 days without a press conference? Is it because he doesn't want any more information to come out? And then you're left with nothing except speculation as to why that might be. And I know what your base is starting to think. I know how scared and worried you are about that. So maybe you should grapple with it live in front of your audience. What possible explanation could there be for Trump's aggressive, insulting, inflammatory drive to get everyone to immediately, please stop talking about this. Don't ask a single other question. And he presents it. We're gonna do one more clip in a sec. I apologize if he says this here. He at one point says, well, Trump can't cover this. He's so busy, but Pam Bondi can do something. Now, what the hell are you talking about? Donald Trump has addressed this over and over and over, just not in a way that's within miles of productive. He's putting the time into it, both in his press conferences. He's doing interviews with Laura Trump, who you weirdly aren't angry about not asking him questions. You supposedly want him to go to the sticks, but when he's sitting down in front of a mic, weirdly, his family member didn't have any tough questions for him. And you're just left wondering, I don't know, I wonder. Meanwhile, he keeps posting on True Social about it, but not to give any information, not to demonstrate that he takes it seriously or has an ounce of understanding as to why so many Republicans care so deeply about this. No, the only thing he's got is insults. And by the way, Charlie Kirk, I understand it's easy to be desensitized to being insulted when you are clearly insulted as much as you are. But Donald Trump is insulting you in all of those messages. When he says my former supporters, weaklings, bad people, they're getting scammed by the Democrats. Well, if you're not moving on from this, and if you are taking it seriously, well then, welcome to the ranks of the weak, scammed losers, because he is talking about you. Or at least that's, unfortunately for Charlie Kirk, the way his base is gonna have to take it. Now, I understand that he's messaging back and forth with the Trump administration literally constantly, taking his marching orders, figuring out exactly what he's supposed to say because, and if you're MAGA, I need you to grapple with this, he doesn't want to get to the truth. He wants to help Donald Trump get past this fraught period. That is his modus operandi for what he's doing in media. So he can get back to just attacking the Democrats and being paid by billionaires. He doesn't want to ask one tough question, even if it is the most necessary question in this period, if it might hurt the MAGA movement, okay? If it might hurt the stranglehold they have on power, that the elites have on power, because that is who he serves, not his base. He needs them, he lives in fear of them, but he needs the donors who pay for his show. Now let's jump, I apologize, I know we're going over, but let's jump to the second video, I did promise it.
What I'm going to say to the president, if I see him soon or if we talk on the phone, or I'll say this, the same thing on the show, there's no like private agenda here, is that Mr. President, the emphasis on Epstein is truly the best intentions of your most loyal followers. Where we're not trying to score points with the CNNs or the New York Times. It's truly because we care about you. As President Donald Trump is upset on Truth Social, I do not think he's attacking all of you in the rank and file. Instead, President Donald Trump is venting off some anger right now because he thinks that this is being used to derail his presidency. And I can tell you right now, Gen Z is really fired up about this, especially young men. I mean, we're getting flooded with thousands, hundreds of thousands of comments that are very unhappy about this.
Okay, so again, all of that, and if you're a Charlie Kirk fan, if you're a MAGA person, if you're a Republican, every bit of that was designed to, if you squint your eyes and look like through like a curtain, it looks like, oh, well, we wanted him to keep talking about this. I guess technically he's doing that, but every bit of that was just defensive towards Donald Trump. No, none of us. I know that it looks like there's like millions of MAGA people that are super enraged by you and the weird things and the suspicious things you're doing. No, we all still love you. Everybody out there, you still love him. Keep loving him, okay? And it's just that we only care about Epstein because we want what's best for you. Is that the case? Is that why all of these Republicans care so deeply about finding out what's going on with Epstein? Because of Donald Trump? I don't give a damn. That's not about Donald Trump. I mean, maybe he's in the list or whatever, but even setting that aside, no, they want justice. And again, if you're a MAGA person, this is proof positive. You care about the kids and saving the children. He cares about Donald Trump. And he cares about getting you to fall in line. You are sheep to him. He's shepherding you. That's it. And he realizes that when he's really clear, when he like takes the marching order and he basically just admits it like he did on Monday, that, oh no, everybody can see that I'm just trying to be a shepherd and they get all mad at me. Okay, I gotta dress up like a sheep again so I can blend in or something. That's all this is. And him repeatedly saying, we didn't have it in the video or whatever. He goes on this tear about nobody thinks you're in the list. Nobody, none of these critics think that you did anything. You didn't do anything. You're the best. But he's not saying that to Trump. I mean, to some extent, Trump is probably watching and he's super defensive. No, this is trying to drive the narrative to the people watching. No, none of you think he's in there. You, the person who's growing more and more suspicious, stop doing that. Stop thinking. No critical thought here. I know there's no other plausible explanation as to why Donald Trump is doing and saying the things he's doing and saying, but no, you don't think that. No, nobody thinks that. Don't think that. Stop thinking that. You can't possibly think that, because if you think that, then this whole thing will fall apart and maybe I'll have to get a real job. And so he's trying desperately to get a handle on this thing, but he doesn't have a handle on it. Donald Trump doesn't have a handle on it, because for once, these people are thinking for themselves. And I love watching him squirm over it.